Good afternoon, good morning, Chippewa Hills High School students and parents in Chemistry 1B. This is Mrs. Kremsreiter, and I am going to go over the continuity of learning plan for Chemistry 1B. I realize that the pictures I'm going to use throughout this presentation are not particularly clear, I have sent the plan as a PDF through Skyward to all the parents and students' emails. I also have posted the continuity of learning plan in Google Classroom along with this YouTube video. And I will send the YouTube video and the continuity of learning plan through Remind as well. So hopefully one way or another you have a decent copy that might be a little bit easier to read than what I have in this. I'm going to start with what your student needs to have at home, whether they are going to do this through a packet or using Google Classroom and such. So your student needs to have at home their chemistry textbook. Hopefully they do. I did ask them on March 13th to make sure that they took their chemistry materials home with them so they would have them at home. You'll see here also are listed some outlines. These will be posted in Classroom. Okay. So your student will not have a copy of those currently. Again, if you don't have a printer at home, it's not the end of the world. The student just can sort of handwrite out looking at the outline on Classroom and sort of make an outline for themselves. Lastly, absolutely need a calculator. This trimester of chemistry is very math intensive. Again, hopefully your student already has a calculator because I've been asking them to pick one up for quite a while. If they haven't and you need to purchase one, this is the one that I would suggest. This is a great calculator, should be less than $15 to $20. I talked to Mr. Crosby today. He suggested for students with smartphones who don't want to buy a calculator that they could try this free app. He said this one's pretty good. He said there are lots of free apps. They don't need an app that turns their phone into a graphing calculator. They just need a plain old scientific calculator. So if you could help your student take care of that, I would appreciate it. Expectations for the class. Again, I do expect the students to check Google Classroom daily. There will be assignments daily. However, there will be a key to check their assignment. There are two ways the students may access the key. In Google Classroom, when I post the assignment, I will attach a key. The other way is when we take a look at the continuity of learning plan at the end of this video, you'll see that there are links. So the version that the students get in their Google Classroom will have those links as well. So I do ask the students check their work and turn those in. You will see we talk about homework there. Again, they'll have homework pretty much daily. When we look at the plan, you'll see that I'm covering much less material than normal. I'm sure some of the students are a little bit nervous because there are times in class when I have lectured for 40 or 50 minutes. That won't be happening. I'll talk about that when we get there, but we're going to be doing very short little sections of our textbook, basically from one little blue heading in our textbook to the next little blue heading, which for the most part will be pretty short. Homework, again, my preference is if students are able in any way, shape, or form to submit their homework in Google Classroom for the assignment, that is the best way to do that. It allows me to keep track of the assignments better. It doesn't accidentally get lost somewhere in my email, in my inbox. So I really would prefer that students submit assignments in Google Classroom. Most of what we're going to be doing is math and balancing equations, neither of which is easy to type up. So I certainly expect the students to handwrite out their homework, use their cell phone or some sort of camera that they have, and take a picture of it and then upload it for the assignment. If there are multiple pages to their homework, it's not necessary for them to give me a picture of each page. A picture of the first page is fine. Again, we're going to work on the honor system and assume that if you have one full page of work, that you finished the work on subsequent pages. You'll see that I am going to be making YouTube videos, but those YouTube videos are enrichment. The textbook does an excellent job of explaining things and explains things for the most part the same way that I do. Students should be able to complete the homework assignments just by reading the textbook. The YouTube videos are an opportunity for the students to hear me explain and kind of give the notes that I would give for that part of the lesson. Again, we talked about easiest way to turn in homework and best way to kind of monitor the progress of your student in the class is to check Skyward. I will be updating Skyward fairly regularly with the assignments as long as they turn the assignment in by June 4th, the last date. As long as they turn the assignment in, they will get 10 points for it. So you should see 10 points for assignments that have been submitted. Office hours. Part of this continuity of learning plan is that each teacher has to have office hours. Mine are from 10 o'clock till noon, Mondays through Friday. That means that I'll be sitting at a computer and readily available to respond promptly to emails or remind. I also would encourage the students to consider using Google Classroom and comments there. The students are able to make comments. If they have a question about an assignment or something that they think other students would have as well, they could put a comment in there and then I can respond to that. And that way, if other people have the same question, they get that answer right away. I have used both Zoom and Meet in getting ready for these learning plans with other teachers and Mrs. Newman. So if a student really feels that they need to see me face-to-face or that we need to have a conversation face-to-face, Google Zoom or Google Meet would work. It's also available to a parent if for some reason you feel you need to communicate with me in that way. Again, probably the very best way to contact me is my email. Again, I'll be available from 10 to noon. My husband gets up for work at 6 in the morning. So typically that means that somewhere between 7 and 8 in the morning, I am around a computer checking my email regularly. I typically do that all throughout the day until about 7 o'clock at night. At about 7 o'clock at night, I start to kind of shut down and quiet down to get ready to go to bed at night. So typically, again, I'm pretty quick at responding to emails. Emails really are my preferred way for you to communicate with me, please. Remind. I did set up a Remind account for chemistry. The reason that I did this was it does provide a way for you to text message back and forth with me. However, Remind won't give me notifications on my phone, but I will try to make an effort to check it regularly. It's available to both students and parents, and part of what I like about it is it doesn't really matter what you have, you can access Remind. So if you have a smartphone, these are the directions. If you have a mobile phone but not a smartphone, your directions are here. And finally, if you even have a desktop computer, you can do it this way. I'm not sure whether it will work for a Chromebook. There weren't any directions about Chromebook, so if you have a Chromebook, you might have to give it a try and see how it works. Again, part of my goal for Remind is to share out the YouTube videos. I'm especially hoping that that will work for people who have a packet. So students who are working from a packet, which basically means they're working from their textbook and the schedule, they may at times want to watch a YouTube video, and I will send those out through Remind. So hopefully students are able to get them that way. I'm also hoping that Remind may work as a way for students, again, who are working from a packet to turn in their assignments to me through Remind by text messaging me, taking a picture of their assignment and text messaging it to me. Again, I'm asking that that only happen for students who are working on a packet and have no way to access Google Classroom. Everyone else in the class should use Google Classroom and the assignment and upload their assignments in that fashion. Remind is really only in place for students who are on a packet. Again, I do have a public YouTube channel. My son helped me set that up yesterday. Again, when he searched it for me by putting in the title of the YouTube channel is just my first and last name, it was the very first thing that came up. As his only comment was to make sure that you properly spell my first and last name. You'll be able to tell it's me because there is a picture of me there. I plan to label the videos clearly. So here's part of the kind of challenge that I'm facing. I have 3 different classes this trimester that I'm doing this with. I have a French 1B class, a French 2B class, and then a Chemistry 1B class. I'm nervous that there's going to get to be an awful lot of videos there, and I'm not exactly sure how to take them back down. So here, and we will talk about this in a little bit more detail or look at this again when we look at the learning schedule, but here's my plan for right now. So C1B, students in chemistry will look for videos that start this way. That's telling them it's a chemistry video. This part here, this is referring to what chapter, so C stands for chapter, 8, S is for section, 1, and this is word equations. This part here is going to match what we see on the learning schedule on the continuity of learning plan. So again, here would be a different video. This one would be from chapter 8, section 2, and this one would be about decomposition reactions. So again, I'm going to try to make it easy for the students to find their videos. Part of my plan right now, and again, it's tentative at this point because I do have 3 classes I'm doing this with every day. But my goal is early in the week or even over the weekend to try to post all of the videos for the week, and also to put up all of the assignments for the homework in Google Classroom, so that if students would like to work a little bit ahead, they certainly could do so. If they get much more than a week ahead, they may kind of have to wait to turn things in, but to allow students some of that flexibility to work at their own pace. We did have some assignments the week of March 9th before school was dismissed for the year. And so there are some students who have some missing assignments. The best way to check and see if it's missing is to check in Skyward. If they do have missing assignments in Skyward, they can take those assignments and again take a picture of them or scan them somehow and then upload them to the absent work assignment in Google Classroom, and I will see it there and I will be able to get them credit for it. Those assignments were all ChemQuest, which we went over in class. I do have keys posted for them in Google Classroom, and there are some videos. Now these are old videos. I made these videos 2 years ago when my father was ill and was in the hospital and I missed a bunch of work. But they still will go over the answers to those ChemQuests. So again, a student who might have been absent some of that week and would like an explanation can do so that way. Students who are on packets and are missing those assignments, again, if they would try to use Remind and take a picture of it, just the first page would be fine, and send it to me. That would be appreciated, and I can get that reflected in your grade. So again, here there's this comment about only for people doing packet work, so people who do not have internet access at home and people who do not have a way to access Google Classroom. Those people If they can figure out how to do it, I would appreciate it if they would take a picture of the first page of their homework as they complete it and send it to me through Remind. Everyone else should be using Google Classroom to submit their assignments. All right, the learning schedule. Again, I was told that I needed to provide instruction until June 4th. So June 4th is when all work in chemistry must be turned in. You'll see that this learning schedule, the first thing you'll see here is that we have the date. Again, this is what we're covering or what day I expect you to at least be doing it. This covering part, this is corresponding to where in the textbook you're going to find information. This information, again, this part right here, that's a blue subtitle in your textbook. Chemical equations is another blue subtitle in your textbook. Balancing chemical equations, another blue subtitle within Chapter 8, Section 1. So what that means is on Wednesday the 22nd, I expect you to read from word equations, the start of Chapter 8, Section 1, through and stop when you get to chemical equations. You're going to see that's a very short portion of our textbook. Okay, that's purposely done. I'm going to, again, I'll make enrichment videos. You're not required to watch the YouTube videos, but I will make them. And so, again, they will be short. They're going to cover just that little section of the notes and provide you with notes and show you examples of things. You'll see the homework over here. Okay, so here's our homework assignment for April 22nd. Again, here's the assignment, and this is really important here. This is that key. So for all of the homework assignments, there is a key. There are two ways to access that key. We talked about that earlier. One way is this will be a link. So when you are doing this look at this document in Google Classroom, that'll be a blue link that you can click on to get the key. The other way I'll put the key up is for the assignment itself. Within the assignment, there will be an attachment that will be the key for that assignment. Again, that's where I would appreciate some assistance from parents to make sure the students are actually completing the homework before they use the key. All right, the last part I want to cover with this is how do you determine which YouTube video to watch which day? So again, going back to those examples that I showed you earlier, we have this Chemistry 1B, Chapter 8, Section 1, Word Equations. That corresponds right here, right? Here's Chapter 8, Section 1, okay? And here's that word equations word. So I know that this is the video for 422. Okay, so let's look at the second example. Okay, so again, Chem 1B, Chapter 8, Section 2, decomposition reactions. So for this second example, this one here corresponds to this right here. Okay, those go together. So this would be a video for April 28th. Okay, so I'm hoping that will make it a little bit easier once I start to post the videos to figure out which video to watch which day. So that brings us to the end of the continuity of learning plan. Please remember that if you have some questions, again, about the plan itself or as we're going through this, again, please email me so that I can address your concerns or your questions. I have confidence in all of my students that they are capable of doing this. So the one thing that will be a little bit different too, chemistry will see more videos because when we get to homework that has problems in it, besides the key that is already posted, I will make a short YouTube video showing how to do the work. So the key just has what the answer should be. The YouTube video for it will have an explanation or showing you how to do the work. So thank you and have a wonderful day.